You're watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome here. We want to welcome you back in here at 6 a.m. It's a great morning to be with us. I'm Chris Groh in for Eric Connor.
And I'm Netta Irampur. Glad you're with us. And we're going to dive right into our top story here today. A major update for you this morning. The San Diego County Board of Supervisors all voting to approve a resolution that calls for the immediate resignation of Supervisor Nathan Fletcher.
A special meeting was held yesterday, and supervisors heard from San Diegans who were invited to attend. CBS 8's Dana Marie McNichol is live outside the County Administration Center where that no confidence vote was held. And Dana Marie, what's been the reaction so far?
Yeah, good morning, Chris and Ned. I could tell you that this no confidence vote ended in a 4-0 vote, so unanimously, hopefully sending a message to Supervisor Nathan Fletcher to resign right now. Now, there were a lot of people that wanted their voices heard. 31 people spoke, both in person and online. Over 100 comments were received. Only one person spoke against that no confidence resolution. Everyone else was very adamant about what they thought about him resigning.
Well, you know, this is the public's meeting, and we feel the angst, we feel the frustration, and you know, they need to be heard.
I want to hear from the residents of District 4 because in the end, they are the ones that are most impacted.
Now, the message from yesterday's meeting is that Supervisor Nathan Fletcher let his constituents down. Although there was that 4-0 no confidence vote, it does not mean Fletcher must step down now. The only way the board can legally remove him is if he resigns himself or if he's removed in a recall election. And a recall election could take months. Nathan Fletcher announced his resignation May 15th, so that is still a month away. But the Board of Supervisors hopes this resolution will serve as a powerful message and statement for him to resign right now. CBS 8 reached out to Fletcher's office yesterday. A spokesperson repeated the same statement he provided on Monday, that Fletcher is unable to respond due to the fact that he is in treatment. Now, the next scheduled Board of Supervisors meeting is May 2nd, when the board will discuss its options moving forward for the county and its 675,000 residents of District 4. Right now, we're waiting on a response from Fletcher from this vote. Of course, we'll bring that to you as soon as we receive it. I'm Dana Marie McNichol coming to you live from downtown San Diego.
All right, Dana Marie, thank you for that update. And now, following yesterday's vote of no confidence by the board in Supervisor Nathan Fletcher, Board Chair Nora Vargas is making it clear the focus is on the future of our county. And it was Board Vice Chair Tara Lawson-Remer who said that progress will continue on a number of fronts. That includes subjects like housing, homelessness, and climate change, and even to the county's investment in behavioral health. She also pointed to the critical importance of finding the best representative for District 4, the most diverse district in the county.
We know that there's going to be an amazing community leader that's going to fill that seat. We don't know who that is, but we know it'll be someone who is going to pick up the torch and is going to accelerate the transformation of San Diego.
Thank you. With that.
And again, important to point out here that Supervisor Nathan Fletcher, while hasn't resigned immediately, has said he would resign on May 15th. So the board will be meeting on May 2nd to determine how that new supervisor will be chosen. It could be one done in a number of different ways. It could be by appointment if the four supervisors who are currently on the board can come to a consensus, or possibly through a special election, which could cost upwards of $4 million.
This morning, there's concerns now about a specific type of bacteria appearing in wastewater across Southern California. For the first time ever in LA County wastewater, a team from the Department of Environmental Engineering at USC says they've discovered traces of bacteria that are resistant to colistin. Colistin is a last resort antibiotic. The team says antibiotic resistance is a growing threat around the world and stems from people and animals being overprescribed.
If we see it increasing in wastewater now, we could forecast that there will be an increase in clinical cases for colistin resistance in the future in LA County.
Researchers say doctors should only prescribe antibiotics when they are actually needed as a last resort.
Meanwhile, this morning, there's a new water pipeline for Encinitas. Its purpose is to deliver recycled water for irrigation to customers. Officials say the Manchester Avenue recycled water pipeline is important for water conservation in the county. It could reduce imported drinking water demand by 27 million gallons every year.
That's absolutely huge. That's water that we'd otherwise have to pay a huge sum for and also import.
Proposition 84 and Proposition 1 both partially funded the project with grants which both promise to invest in water resources. And we've got a look of the ocean water there. And yeah, I can kind of make it out. Is that a surfer bearing the elements? Oh,
look,
my.
There's one.
We need to find out who that person is. Buy them a coffee.
First surfer of the day. Is this the view at Del Mar? What are we looking at? It is Del Mar. Okay.
Del Mar.
Yeah, one lonely surfer out there. Overall, you see how gray it is across our coastline. But this also gray inland, where it's not gray, would be above the clouds. Look how beautiful this is. I love this view. Oh, try to look out the shapes and see what you see in the clouds. It's always a fun game to play. But San Miguel's camera view is sitting obviously at the very top here, which is why we get to see this gorgeous array of colors. Underneath the clouds where most of us live and are, it's all gray. But above, here you go. Purples, blues, pinks. I love this. It's just popping for us this morning. The west-facing view here shows a little bit of that light pink across the higher clouds, but the low clouds, that's what we're all basically under yet again. This time around, though, the marine layer not sitting as low, so visibility not as big of an issue. No dense fog advisory today. Overall, it's the marine layer, but it is a little higher. The reason why we have that marine layer now would be this area of low pressure right here. Look at that counterclockwise motion. It basically creates this west to east flow over Southern California. You can see this line of clouds coming through, and that's basically going to bring us cooler conditions. The wind advisory in effect 2 p.m. through 11 a.m. tomorrow. Wind gusts as high as 60 miles an hour on the east side of our mountains. On the west side, you see right now barely a breeze, but it will start to pick up here later on today. I do want to get your traffic maps situated here, and what we're going to see is actually this crash. Let me show you on the 805. It looks like slowing things down a little bit. So as I zoom into it, oh yeah, even more backup now as a result of this. 805, left-hand shoulder is blocked. Crash on the northbound side at Murray Ridge Road. Look at all that red. So speeds are really down low, single digits in that spot. If you can avoid it, take the 15 instead or the 163 to try to get around that. You don't want to be stuck in that this morning. There was a stalled car that has been cleared on the 15, so things are okay on the 15. And now here's a look at your border wait time. So here you go. From the Customs and Border Protection website, it's going to take 115 minutes for cars to get through the general line that's coming from San Ysidro into San Diego. And then a lot of people try to go to Otay for a quicker entry. Well, that still takes 90 minutes here at 6:08 in the morning. So you see San Ysidro and Otay Mesa port of entries have quite a bit of backup, which is pretty typical at this hour. Chris.